Hi YouTube, Neil here with FaceLiftInteriors. Welcome back to our channel again. Today we are celebrating. Yes, 1,000 subscribers, amazing. So thank you to each and every one of you that subscribed. We're looking to keep going, keep growing, help anyone out any way we can. In today's video, we are going to be showing you how to make a headboard from scratch. So it's going to be DIY bespoke upholstery. Now the reason why this unit is bespoke is because it's going into a loft, so there is an angled wall. So the customer had to have something made that fit. So the headboard had to have a nice angle on it and literally slot straight in. So they called us and we came to the rescue. They chose a lovely crushed velvet, all deep button. In this video, we're going to show you how to make your headboard frame. You can apply this to any sort of headboard, whether it's buttoned, fluted, plain. So if you like these kinds of videos, please don't forget to like and subscribe. So without further ado, this is how to make a headboard from scratch. Action. Start by making my measurements using a pencil and a ruler and a straight edge. This is 12mm sterling board, guys, so that's what we're using for the frame. As you can probably tell by now, guys, this headboard has got a shape in it as it's going into a recess of a lot. So it's got an angle, so I'm going to cut that angle, then I'm going to cut the excess off. So I'm using a plunge saw to make my cuts, and here you're going to see why I am an idiot. So now we have recovered from that mishap. As always, all tools that we use will be linked in the description below. So here I'm using 2B1 treated batten wood for my battens. And here I'm having to mark out my miters. And the saw I'm using is a miter saw. As you might have seen, I was using this stainless steel right angle. What I'll do is I'll measure from end to end, then I will mark it, and then I use this tool to give me a perfect straight line. So what we're looking at now, guys, is the back of the headboard. As you can see, I've just cut these pieces, miter there, miter there, miter there. So that is the back. I just need to get that pinned on now, pinned up, screwed up and glued up, and then we can start putting the foam on the front. Right guys, so what we're doing now is we have cut the wood. We've done that outside, it was beautiful. So now we've cut the wood, we're going to start gluing and screwing and putting the frame together for the headboard, basically. So here we're using the wood glue to glue the frame and glue the wood as well. We're gluing both parts so you get a nice good stick. Any wood glue will work. We've got our pin gun here as well. What I'm going to do is work my way around this way, so then we'll go on to this piece. Right, so that is the frame all put together. What I'll probably do tomorrow is stick a few screws in as well. And I have got to cut a batten for the back here. I've got to have a batten along there, which it sits on when it's fitted. Now we're using upholstery adhesive to glue the foam to the wood, sticking on both sides so you get a good fix. So here I'm using my electric foam cutter to cut off the excess foam. I always add on a little bit extra to get a nice clean cut down the sides. So here I'm working out my diamonds, how they're going to fall. So I'm marking the centre of the headboard using a skewer or lots of skewers to mark out how the diamonds are going to sit before I start marking it with a pen. This is me and my battle with the wasp. Get out of here, man. Kill your ass. Ninja your ass. Look out, man. So now we start marking with a pen. We've decided how our diamonds are going to be. So now I'm drilling out the holes using a circular wooden 32mm drill bit on reverse, of course. The reason why it's on reverse is because you will chew up the foam if you go forwards with it, and you will know this if you have one. We'll just use our link below, buy one, and you can see for yourself. So now I'm drilling out my holes, the thread's going to go through for the buttons. So now I'm putting on a layer of Dacron, which helps, number one, give it a luxurious feel. Number two, it's going to help you with when moving the fabric around, the fabric doesn't get stuck to the foam. Now I'm using my fingers to pop through the holes. And now I'm using my soft tape measure to push down into the holes right to the bottom to measure my top to bottom and then my side to side measurements for the fabric.
So what you'll see here is I've run out of fabric and I haven't got enough fabric to do this bit, so I'm going to have to drop a piece in here later on. So I'm going to have to go here, here, here and then there.
So hopefully you can see that there is a Dyke join there, so I had to do a join in the fabric because the fabric wasn't wide enough and I obviously want the pile to go downwards. So I've had to do a Dyke join and I've started there and I'm going to work my way out from that section. So I have already marked on the back of the fabric where the holes should be, so I'm threading my needle through, going through the hole, then threading my button on, pulling it through the back and then stapling off at the back. We do have a more in-depth detailed video of how to deep button or diamond tuft. We will link above. Everyone does it differently, but some people like to do their pleats afterwards after they've pulled their buttons through. I like to do it as I go. So what I'm doing here is I'm dropping a bit of fabric in as a Dyke. A Dyke is where you put a join in a bit of tufting or a bit of deep buttoning. So what I'm doing here is I'm laying my fabric down, using my gun to staple off, using my scissors to cut in, get rid of any excess fabric, and you fold the fabric under and make your pleats. It is something that takes a lot of practice. Takes quite a lot of experience to be able to do this. So beginners beware. Go forward with caution. But hopefully you can understand from what I'm doing here. You have to cut your fabric to the diamond first. Otherwise you're going to be trying to chop loads of fabric out. So try and get your shape first before you start putting the fabric on, because you will have to cut obviously loads of excess away. Like so, I'm cutting rid of the excess and then making my pleat. Here's a different angle as I come towards the end of the buttoning process. So I'm stapling off the back. We'll give you a shot now of the back, how we staple them off. So you pull through nice and tight, make sure the button's all the way at the bottom, staple one way, 2 staples, then pull the other way and staple twice again. So here I am dressing the top pleats, making sure they're all going the same way, making sure they're all dead straight, using my regulator as well to tidy up. Pulling nice and tight and stapling off. Make sure they're all facing the same way, making sure they're dead straight. So here I am putting my border on. So I've cut a border exactly to size, so it needs to be nice and tight. So then I tack it off, use a back tack, which is cardboard strip, to get a nice clean edge, and then I pull it round the back. Here we are putting the cardboard strip on, and you can see the border, and then we use that to get a nice clean edge, so when we fold it down, you get a nice clean straight line. So here I'm using a really thin 3mm blue foam which I stick around the edge, which gives me a nice bit of padding so you can't feel any staples underneath or any excess fabric, which gives you a nice finish. And here I am pulling the fabric round and stapling off on the back. So now we're putting the bottoming on. The bottoming is going to hide obviously all the wood and all the little cottons and twines, all the buttoning twines. So do a nice bottom on the back. And after that we put our batten on. As you can see there, you can see we've got Velcro on the top of the headboard, and we're going to put Velcro on the batten as well. And then the batten's going to get screwed onto the wall, and then the headboard literally sits on top of the batten on the Velcro, as you can see there, straight up. And that is the finished product. So here it is. As you can see by the angles needed. Really happy. Thanks for watching, guys.